Greetings everyone. Shri Mahaganapatiye Namaha. This is my second video on a short series of video I've started on Tantra Upasana Devatas. The first video was on Ganesha. If you guys haven't seen it, we'll put the link below in the comment section. You all can check it out first. Today we'll be talking about Batuka, dear Batuka, a very, very important Devata in Mantra Upasana, especially in Shakta Sampradayas. Actually, in many Sampradayas. So Batuka or Batuk Bhairav was actually the first mantra I got initiated in many years ago in Kashi. And I've done multiple Purasharana in kshetras like Kashi and Ujjain and places like that. I have some experience and I'll just share those little experiences I have. Just a note again, I'm not a professional speaker, so do bear with me. Now the first references of Batuka that you get are from the Tantras and other Shastras that come out from the Kashmiri region. The Kashmiri Pandits were very famous for worshipping Batuka. Unfortunately, now that worship has dwindled down a lot after that sad exodus in the 90s. Batuka's importance can be seen in both the Ganesha Sampradaya as well as the Shakta Sampradaya. In the Ganesha Sampradaya, he has another name called Ganesha Bhairav, and he is the chief Kshetrapala of all Ganesha Upasakas. Ganesha has actually made a promise that anyone of his Upasakas and Sadhakas who adorns this orange sindoor daily will always be protected by Batuka, and when his time of death comes, Yama can only claim that soul or Atma of a Ganesha Upasaka after getting permission from Ganesha Bhairav or Batuk Bhairav. That's how important he is to Ganesha Bhaktas. Now for Shakta Sampradaya, I think many people are familiar with how he's seen as Kali Devi's son, Chandi's son in other regions, primarily the north and the east, where Kali Kula is prominent. In Shree Kula Sampradayas, where the worship of Tripura Sundari or Ma Lalita Devi is important, he is seen as an Anga Devata, an important Anga Devata. Now, even though he's an Anga Devata in both Ganapatiya Sampradaya and Shakta Sampradaya, he is complete as a Devata by himself. The Tantras are very, very clear that he is capable of giving the four Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha all by himself. So he is a complete Devata. He's not just a subsidiary Devata that some other people might give this wrong notion about. Now there's a folklore in Kashi that while Kala Bhairav is the Kotwal of Kashi and Yaksha Raja is Kala Bhairav's right hand man in Kashi, and Ma Varahi takes over these duties of the protection of the streets of Kashi at night. The Smashan, the holy Smashan of Manikarnika is protected by none other than Batuk Bhairav, which is a very popular tale that a lot of Batuk Bhairav Upasakas, especially in Kashi, they believe. Now, why is he important in Shakta Sampradayas and in Devi Upasana primarily? So you see, there's this old adage, right? When you are nobody, nobody cares about you. But when you become somebody, everybody wants a piece of you. If you have no money, none of your relatives care about you. Once you start getting and amassing a fortune, suddenly all these negative relatives who never cared about you start coming to you, trying to get a piece of the pie. This is the same in Devi Upasana as well. Once you start generating Shakti within you, that Shakti attracts the attention of negative beings. negative forces. There are a lot of beings that are unseen by the eye. Pisachas, Buddhas, Rakshasas. They all start getting attracted to this energy. And it becomes vital to protect that mantra Shakti that you generate. That's where Batuk Bhairav becomes important as a Kshetrapalaka. Now in Tantra Upasana, what happens is, there is a saying where how Tantra Upasana works in Mantra Sadhana, right? The lips are considered the male and the female, and the constant repetition of the japa mantra results in the birth of the deity in an energetic form in your Hridaya chakra. So when your Hridaya chakra becomes the Garbhagraha of the deity, your entire body, your entire being becomes the Kshetra. And then Batuk Bhairav has to become the Kshetra Palaka of your very being, protecting you, protecting the Shakti of your Devata within your Hridaya chakra. Now Batuk Bhairav has a very, very curious nature that is very unique to him. There's two things to take note of that he gives when you attain Siddhi or some sort of experience in sadhana. Number one, unlike other protected devatas, other Kshetrapalakas, example, my Ishta Devata is Karpaswami, or specifically Sangali Karpaswami, whose temple that I just built in Pollachi earlier this year, and it was attended by some of my well-wishers like Sri Guru Roy Arya and Rajarshi Nandiji. I will talk more about our temple later. So, my Ishta Devata, who is also Kshetrapalaka, a Bhairava Amsha, his description is known as Durshakti Nashakaya Namaha, Buddha Luptakaya Namaha, the hunter of Buddhas, the destroyer of negative forces. So these are the kind of descriptions they use in the Sampradaya for Karpan Swami. But for Batuka, a very curious description of his is Dushta Bhuta Nishevithaya Namaha. He who is served, or he who is worshipped by nefarious beings or negative beings. So he's not just a deity who chases away these negative beings, they themselves worship him. So if you go back into the tantric texts, there are a lot of stories that say that once upon a time, a lot of these negative beings were stealing the phala, the fruit of people's sadhanas. So Batuk Bhairav came along, and the great Devis gave him absolute command over all these negative forces. So they serve him. So when you do his sadhana and you get really good at his sadhana, it offers you a layer of protection over these negative entities because they worship him. The second curious thing about him is he is very good at controlling lust. There are certain Devi Upasanas, mantra sadhanas, that generates a lot of Shakti but also generates a lot of lust within a person, a lot of desire within a person. Now that can be countered by doing Batuk Bhairava's Upasana. Now if you actually read one of the kavachas of Batuk Bhairava, in the Palashruti it states that it protects the person reciting the kavacha from the schemes of lecherous women. Now this is very, very important because all throughout history, a lot of powerful men have met their downfall due to women, due to their inability to control that attachment to a lady. We have, even in biblical literature, you have Samson and Delilah, you have Mark Antony and Cleopatra. Even in our own text, we have the fall of Vishwamitra when he got seduced by Menaka. So, Batuk Bhairava protects you from these type of issues. Some people have asked what is the difference between Batuk Bhairava and Ganesha in terms of effects. I'll read something to you. There's this famous tantric text called the Devi Rahasya, which mentions Ganesho 𝐒𝐗𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵𝐿 skando mrityunjayastata 𝐒𝐚𝐝𝐡𝐚𝐃𝐄𝐫𝐿 sugrivo hanumanstata, which mentions Ganesha and Batuka as two of the 7 great protectors in Tantra Sadhana. Both of them, Ganesha and Batuka, are considered the great protectors. So how are they different? Now Ganesha finds you simple solutions. We have that story where Skanda or Muruga goes around the world to defeat Ganesha to get that fruit, while Ganesha goes around his mom and dad, Shiva and Parvati, and gets the same fruit. So Ganesha finds solutions, simple solutions to your problems, to make your path easier. While Bhairava makes you stronger as a person. If you have to hit your head through the wall, you will hit your head through the wall. So the path becomes easier by you becoming stronger. So both are obstacle clearance deities, but in different ways. Now, in Batuka's Stavaraja or Ashtottara Shatanamavali, his 108 names, it mentions that he protects against the wrath of the king and imprisonment and things like that. In today's era, we can relate that to the government, imprisonment, the judges, government officials, politicians, bureaucrats, and the likes. He is also famously known as Apatuttarana, he who protects from dangers, imminent dangers. If you are in a place and then there is this danger, you just have to call out to him and he will protect you. Whether be it physical dangers, threats to life, or mental agonies, Batuka jumps forth to protect you from these. So how does one worship him? If you do not have mantra diksha or upadesha, you can light a diya with mustard oil every night, and especially Krishna Paksha Ashtami Tidis, and do his Namavalis, his Ashtottara Namavalis, his Stavarajas, his Kavachas, and you can offer him alcohol. Even though his form is that of a boy, if you actually go through the tantric texts, his Sahasranamas, there are things like Varunik Priya, Madhuk Priya, which undeniably show his desire and his like for alcohol. In a lot of the kshetras, powerful kshetras in Delhi, in Kashi, for Batuka, they do offer alcohol. Now there are some philosophical and higher meaning to the offering of alcohol, like the changing of poison to amrita, like how we get anti-venom from venom. Batuka has the power to change some of the most negative, some of the most biggest trials and tribulations you will face in life into your greatest triumphs. For others, you can use gur or liquid jaggery, which is a Sampradaya replacement for alcohol. And you can offer it to him on his specialty days. I've found that women always find it easier to worship him like a little kid, little boy. So like how they worship Laddu Gopal and stuff like that, which is also fine. I've seen it work for women that way as well. But he does have a certain playful but devious playfulness to him. A little bit of that attahasa that you would only get to know when you go deeper into his upasana. Now for those who want to learn his Ashtottara, We have previously recorded his Ashtotara. I will send a description below. You can check that out or join our WhatsApp group where we have a manual for the Ashtotara Shatanamavali, which is very, very effective and gives good results. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions on Ganesha, Batuk Bhairav, Mantra Upasana, Sadhana, Diksha, you can just post your questions in the comment box below and I'll try to answer them. Thank you. Karpan Tunai.